We're live. It's Friday. This is Eric with Low VA Rates. If you wonder why I'm wearing red, then that means you have not been watching every Friday. I invite you every Friday right around 1:30. Tune into our YouTube channel, and we will be streaming live. Why on Friday do we wear red? It's Red Friday, okay? Red stands for Remembering Everyone Deployed. Now, that's not what we're going to talk about today, but I'm just letting you know. Join in the fun, join in the movement. Wear red on Friday. Let the world know that you support the military, love the men and women, both deployed and safely back here in the United States, but it's an outward expression of something we feel very deeply about here at Low VA Rates. With that, we try to educate on the VA loan more than anything. Sometimes we talk about other things. I believe, is today Military Spouse Appreciation Day? Okay, I'm glad I brought that up also. It's Military Spouse Appreciation Day, so if there's any military spouses watching today, thank you for your service and your support. But let's talk now about the VA loan and how to qualify for a VA loan. Why is this an important topic right now? Well, the housing market is on fire. Spring and summer is in the air. People are out buying homes. Congratulations if you've bought a home recently or if you're researching on how to buy a home, specifically veterans. If you're wanting to know how do you use your hard-earned VA home loan benefits, we're going to talk about that today as it pertains to qualifying for that loan. So number one, this is not how you qualify, but to even consider using a VA loan to buy real estate, you have to be eligible. And to be eligible, you must have served honorably in the United States Armed Forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. There are lots of ways to be eligible, but it has to be honorable service. And if you'd like to know, well, how many years or months must I have served, during what time frames must I have served, you can log in at another time or go to our webpage, lowvarates.com, and we have a whole chart on who is eligible for a VA loan that you can find on our blog and throughout our webpage. That said, today we're going to talk about qualifying. 3 main keys to qualifying for a VA loan. The number one thing, you must have income. Okay, now you'll notice I did not say you must have a job. A lot of people are going to say, oh, well, you're unemployed, you can't get a VA loan. You're not working, you can't get a VA loan. Not true, okay? If you have income from investments, from Social Security, from VA disability, from pension, retirement, as long as you have income, that's the first step in qualifying for a VA loan. Now, if you're not making money, if you don't have income, you're not going to qualify for a VA loan. Number two, okay? Number two, reasonable credit. Now, you'll notice I did not put a 640 FICO score or a 620 FICO score. Most of our competition have these baselines that make you follow. Minimum credit score standards. The VA does not have that rule. Now, if you're scratching your head saying, well, then why do some banks that I've called have that rule? Because they decided amongst their banking committee or their board of directors or whoever's in charge that they don't want to take that risk by lending money to a veteran that has a FICO score under a certain threshold. We don't do that here at Low VA Rates. We have approved this month, this week, people way under 620. We've also denied people at 680. What do I mean by that? Your FICO score is not going to either qualify you or disqualify you for your loan. It's important to consider and to look at, but more importantly is your credit history. So what we're going to look at is, are you paying your bills on time? If there are derogatory items on your credit report, what caused them? And what has changed? We're not going to immediately disqualify you for a VA loan if you've got bad credit due to medical bills. We've seen people that have been arguing with the VA or with the hospital for years on medical bills that have been unpaid. We can consider that and normally ignore it, especially if there's documentation. Let's say you have collection accounts that have been following you around for years and you've got documentation that you don't need to pay them. Our underwriters are not going to disqualify you simply based on your credit score alone. We will look at the entire picture and determine the likelihood of you being able to make your mortgage payments, okay? Number three, I said income, reasonable credit, and then kind of to do with income is your residual income. This is very unique to a VA loan. FHA doesn't have it, conventional doesn't have it. I love that the VA put this into their qualification of a VA loan. Residual income is a simple math equation more than anything. You've got your gross income from your paycheck or your disability. Let's just say you make $5,000 a month gross. We all know that's not what hits our bank account because we've got two things that are certain in life: death and taxes. Well, your taxes are going to come out. So let's say you got $1,000 in taxes. Okay. You've also then got to pay your car payment. Let's say you've got a $500 car payment. Then you've got $500 in credit card payments. So that's $2,000 out of the $5,000. You're down to $3,000 left over after all your hard work. And then based on how many kids you have, based on how big your mortgage is, based on what state you live in, the VA puts another little necessary equation in there. And when you're all said and done, let's just say you've got $1,500 left to live on after everybody else is taken care of. That's your residual income. And the VA requires that you have sufficient residual income. So when that heater in your house breaks, or if your car gets into a wreck, or there's some unaccounted for situation, you're not all of a sudden in a situation where you can't make your mortgage payment, because your residual income means after spending everything, you still have some money left over to save or put away for a rainy day. Very, very important, your residual income on a VA loan. So if you've served honorably, if you have VA benefits, and you have income, reasonable credit, and sufficient residual income, you're going to qualify for a VA loan. Please, again, every Friday, 1:30 Mountain Standard Time, tune in to either our YouTube channel, where you're watching this now, or our Facebook Live, and we will always be educating and sharing different pieces of information that we feel veterans across the country are interested in. Thanks for watching.